welcome to another up close video. So today's one is 3 new Christmas die sets from Tonic. They've got quite a lot of gorgeous Christmas stuff coming out for this year, but I really do love these ones. I wasn't going to film an up close video just because you know, I thought I was running out of time, but I do really love how the cards turned out, and I really do love these dies. They're 3 different sets. So you've got the Wreath and Skates, the Religious Bauble, and then you've also got this dimensional one which is called the Staggered Stage Winter Village die set. But I just really love the modernness of the designs. Like, even though this one says it's the religious kind of dies, it's done in a really modern style, so it really brings that up to date as well. And also, like, the little skates are really gorgeous and modern as well. So let's look at the Religious Bauble die set first, and I've got 2 or 3 samples for each of these to show you as well. This is the first die set with this gorgeous large bauble. It tells you the dimensions as well. It's 10 centimetres by 8.5 centimetres, so 8.5 tall, 10 centimetres wide. So a standard A6 kind of size card is 10.5 centimetres, so it'll fit really nicely on smaller cards, both portrait and landscape. For the top of the bauble, you get a little bauble cap here, or you get this piece, which I really love, that has a sort of bough of a couple of like fern twigs on it and some holly, with a chain coming down with a bit more holly, and then the bauble cap on the end as well. And this works really nicely for a DL card because it kind of brings the design down the card rather than being more of a squat bauble. It adds that height to it. Then for inside the bauble, the outside edge is a normal straight edge cutting die, and then you get the intricate detail so that you can cut the intricate detail into the solid shape if you want to, or you can just use it solid depending what kind of style you're going for. You also get the oval for the centre design of the bauble, and that has a gorgeous piercing edge around it. And then you have 3 different ones that you can switch in and out. You've got the gorgeous nativity scene with the little manger and the star above it. I really like that one. And then you've got this one, which has got like a little like the kind of Jerusalem village kind of a scene with the big star above it, and then it says Merry Christmas. And then you've also got Joy to the World as well. Then another die from this set that I really love is this gorgeous arched one, which again has those gorgeous buildings. You can also see the 3 wise men going up one side, and then the other side, I think it's a camel. Yeah, you can kind of see, I think it's someone riding a camel on that side. We're also with like palm trees and a star in there as well. And this completely cuts out just by itself, but this aperture here is absolutely perfect to slot this oval design into it, so you can put any of these underneath this one as well. So really switch up the designs. You can make a whole set of them and mix and match the middle dies. And then you also get Peace on Earth, which is a really fine, delicate sentiment die, and it has the extra bubble that goes around the edge of it as well, so you can cut that out of vellum or cardstock, whatever you like to do. So that's the first die set, which is the Religious Bauble die set. Then this one is called Wreath and Skates. Again, another gorgeous set as well. More for like maybe for people who like going on holidays and or going somewhere where you can actually ski and do ice skating. Although if you just love going to ice skating rinks as well, obviously ice skates are really good for that. But you've also got the word, you've got ski lodge in here as well. So, I mean, I suppose this doesn't have to actually be Christmassy, because you could just go somewhere that's got lots of snow and stay in a ski lodge in the rest of the year as well. But and then you've also got a little For You tag as well. Then you've got the gorgeous ice skates, 2 of them together, hanging together, and it's really easy to snip the blade off the bottom of the skate so that you can have it in mirror card as well. which is really good. And you also get the gorgeous little hearts that drop out of the skate, so you can use them to embellish, or you can piece them back in a different colour. Then you have a set of skis which have some really gorgeous designs that drop out of them. Those little Christmas trees are gorgeous, and then all of these like starry snowflake designs are really great for scattering in the background of your card. You also get the ski poles to go with the skis. I don't know what they're actually called. I presume they're just called ski poles. And then you actually have a complete wreath in there as well, which the interior die completely cuts out, and then the exterior one just gives you like the bubble so you can mat it onto vellum. And the whole wreath has, well, it's completely made up of like ferns, holly and like berry sprigs with little swirls in, and then it's got a gorgeous large like floppy bow on it, and then there's a little bell hanging in the centre as well, so if you just wanted a bell you could easily snip that off and use it for something else too. And the bow is like all the pieces drop out of the bow, so what I did on one of my cards was I cut the bow out, well I cut the whole wreath out, snipped the bow off, stuck that bow to a piece of card and then added nouveau mousse and stuff to it and then trimmed around it, so it ended up being a solid bow, and then I put it back on. I found that looked really nice. But you could also save the little pieces that have dropped out and put them back in as well if you wanted to do it that way. So that is the wreath and skates die set. And then the final one is, you can see it's pink packaging rather than orange packaging, which just means that it's a dimensional die, but there's no need to use these dies for dimensional cards if you don't want to as well. But the whole concept of this is that you have these two end pieces, and then each of these panels is the different height of the different steps on these end pieces, and you can stick these panels onto here to create a staggered stage card, where you have the shortest layer, a middle layer and a back layer, kind of like a shadow box kind of design, but it's a whole freestanding thing that would look really lovely on a mantelpiece. And you can also use these panels just to create the same kind of scene but in a Z-fold card kind of situation, rather than it all being fixed at specific points. If it's a Z-fold you can actually fold it out and see all of the details in the 3 different layers as well. But there are so many gorgeous dies in this set. I really love these as well. And you can create so many different things with them. I think I did actually use the main panels to create the 2 cards that I've done, but I think just using these as focal elements on like the small A6 or A2 kind of size card that I like to make, I think it would look really gorgeous as well. And you get a large or a really long sentiment that says Season's Greetings that fits perfectly on the smallest panel, but I reckon you can easily chop that in half and have Season's Greetings on a smaller card then as well. I think that would look really nice. And you get another sentiment too that just says Noel, where the letters drop out, and you've also got a little heart in the middle of the O, which I thought was really lovely. So you've got those 2 sentiment kind of options. And then I think this may be my favourite one. It's 2 people ice skating with like a picket fence in front of them. But look at the bubble die. They haven't just made it be a bubble around the people. They've made it trees, which I think is so clever. It looks really gorgeous as well when you put it all together. I really love that idea. Then the other main sort of big dies are a gorgeous row of houses. So you've got 3 different houses, you've got a lamp post in there as well, and then you get a little church too. And it's really easy to snip these apart and just have the church by itself, or I cut the church off of one of them and then just repeated the 3 houses, and that kind of length fills up the length of the card as well if you want to have a complete row of houses. On these as well you also get debossed detail, or embossed and debossed actually, because there's debossed detail on these houses, but you can also emboss it and get those 2 little trees on there as well. You've also got a little truck too with bars at the back, and this looks really nice coloured with your alcohol pens, because you can easily get all of the pieces the different colours, and if you stick it onto the backing plate you can colour through all of the different areas that pop out as well, and get a really nice look on that. And you get this tree or these bundle of presents, or this little present that you could put in the back of this, so it looks like you're taking a tree home, or you've got some enormous presents in there as well. I also really love this one with the gorgeous winter tree with all the leaves falling off, and then you've got a few evergreen Christmas trees on there as well. And again, you get the little bubble to go behind it. You get the bubble for the car and for the row of houses as well, and for those little presents too. There's also 2 different sets of holly. I used this little one on the truck. I thought it fitted really nicely, but there's also this one that's got detail down the centre of the leaves. You've got a gorgeous little star, which you could use to cut apertures or to cut little embellishments to decorate with. You've got multiple different sort of bunting designs. You've got a sort of a triangular bunting, you've got a pennant kind of bunting, and then you've also got this one, which is stunning, which has got little like fairy lights, or I suppose they could be Christmas tree decorations, like baubles just hanging on a string. I really love that one. I think that's gorgeous, and it's so fine and delicate as well. You've also got a little sprig of mistletoe, and you've got a tiny little champagne bottle as well, which even has the bubble to go around it. I haven't actually cut that one, but that looks really cute too. And you've got a separate little house there as well, or it looks more like a shop really because of the way that window is, with a little heart in the roof. I like that as well. And a snowman too. I've used that on one of my cards. Gorgeous tiny little snowman. So I think I've pointed out every single die on there, but you can see what I mean with all those gorgeous little icons. I think it lends itself just to making normal flat Christmas cards as well as doing this kind of staggered stage design. But with the staggered stage, don't think that you then need to make a box to put it in. It folds flat. It does that like parallelogram-y thing where it sort of slides off to one side and folds flat. I'll show you what I mean when I show you my sample as well. But actually, you could also bring in some of these designs as well, like these 2 die sets that I think are launching with this one. You could bring some of the designs across if you wanted to as well. So that's really cool too. So those are the 3 die sets, and then I will show you the samples that I've done with them. So firstly, I've got a couple that I've done with the what's it called, Wreath and Skates festive die set. So this one's got the gorgeous skis on there with the little ski poles, and I've even pieced the little emblems that are on there back in. These are the tiny little hearts from the little skis. They work really nicely. In the background here, I've actually used some of the confetti from the brand new colour trend, which is called White Wonderland, and the mousse that I've coloured the ski lodge with is also from the White Wonderland colour trend. And the background, I thought, because it looks like cracked ice, I used the crackle mousse, and it's the blue one. There's not that many colours, so you'll know which one it is. You know, I haven't got the name to share with you, but it's just the blue one. I think there's only one blue one. And I put some of those confettis in it whilst it was wet, so that they sort of held their place within the background. I just thought that would work really nicely, having that crackled effect. Then I did this one, combining the skis with the wreath, and you can see here, this is what I meant about the bow. So I snipped the bow out of the design, stuck it onto another piece of white card, then I added some Nouveau mousse over the top. And firstly, I trimmed out between the loops of the bow, and then I trimmed out the rest of it, and then I just placed it exactly over where the bow actually is on the wreath die as well. And for the skates, I cut it in 3 different pieces. So one I coloured with green mousse to give the greenery, another one I snipped out the white boots, and then the other one I saved the little hearts from there and the blades, and I did that from the Hollow Waves cardstock as well. Then I've also used a little For You tag on there, and this holly is actually from the top of the skates, because I'd cut the skates again from white to get the white skates. I also had the extra top bit, and so I snipped the holly off and used that there as well. And these little stars are the fall away pieces from the ski design too. So that is the second card using that set. Then I did this really quick one just using the bauble die set, just to create an actual Christmas tree decoration. You can see I've used the little Christmas trees from the ski design, and then I've just used the Joy to the World, and I actually so this is 2 of the main baubles, each decorated with sort of Nouveau stuff and stuck back to back of the bauble cap die, and done that back to back as well to make it stronger for it to hang from. And then I've just used some baker's twine and then matched it in with a little baker's twine bow as well, just using some different specialty cardstocks to cut the word out. I just thought I'd show that as well. That was just an extra one that I did. But also gift tags. You could easily use this for a gift tag, or use it as a gift tag, but then someone can hang it on their Christmas tree afterwards as well. Then this is what I meant about having that gorgeous long piece makes it perfect for more of a DL sized card, because it gives you a longer design. So this one I just did some stripes of alcohol pens in the background, and then also in the background, I think you can see it up here, and on the stripes as well, I used the brand new Aqua Shimmer pen from Tonic, the opal one. I got it here. Sorry, I've got so much stuff on my desk. Got to find where it is now. This one. Opal Quartz. This is one of the brand new ones. There's Opal Quartz, and then there's what are they called? I can't remember their names. This one is Sunlit Sienna, and then there's also Blush Rosette. So they're 2 coppery tones, but I really love that opal one, because it really gives that iridescent opal kind of a look. It's hard to see from this angle, but obviously when you see it in person you really can see it catching the light, and it gives that sort of purpley tint to it, and it looks different on black and white as well, which is really nice. And then I've just layered up the bauble, cut this piece in different sections. So I've got the white piece here, I've used the green mirror card for this portion, and also for the main bauble as well. And then I've used some of the hollow waves behind the scene. It gives that gorgeous rainbow effect. That looks really cool actually, when it properly catches the light and you see the rainbow. I'm sure the camera picks it up more. Yeah, the camera really picks up that rainbow more than in real life, which is strange. But anyway, and then to bring some more of the white into the design, I've actually shadowed the bauble with white, and I used a paint pen just to do some white detail around it to bring in the white of the card, because I've left quite a lot of white space on it. And then I've just shadowed the sentiment again with that Hollow Waves mirror card as well. And then this is the Soft Mint metallic Nouveau drop that came out in the Woodland Walk colour trend. I just thought that went really nicely with the colours that I'd used for this one. Then I went with like you know, the Arabian Nights colour trend that came out in 2018, I think. I kind of went for that sort of a colour scheme, and I used the Inca Gold iridescent mirror card because I thought that would work really nicely with this kind of colour palette. And I used that gorgeous arched die, and I actually cut it from white, black and the gold and shadowed it, so it really stands out nicely. And then I've used the oval in the centre as well, and I actually cut that from gold, white and black, and then layered them up. But then on the black one I actually used a gold pen to colour in the letters so that they stood out really nicely. Any of those kind of you know, the sort of gold leafing kind of pens that you shake and they've got a ball bearing in them, works really nicely for that kind of thing. Or you could even use the Nouveau ones, the Supreme Metallics, but you have to be quite careful because I think the nibs are maybe a bit too large to be neat around these edges, but you could give it a go. I'm sure it would look pretty good. Or actually, the Golden Sparkler Nouveau Shimmer Powder, you could put some of that out, water it down and paint that on as well. That would look gorgeous too. And actually, what I was just saying about those other two glitter pens, I've actually used them in the background. I forgot that, but you can see some of that copper glitter there. So I'd used Aquaflows to begin with, and then I've splashed in some of that copper glitter on there as well. And then I've also matte and layered with the gold and the black. Obviously I completely cut out the centre of that and didn't waste any of it. You could have actually if I'd have thought about it beforehand and knew I was going to map this onto here, I'm sure you could get this and this out of the gold, so you'd only be using 1/4 of a sheet of that as well. So that is that one. Then, using the 3D kind of a die set, this is what it is supposed to make, a card like this. I did this one just in all purple and silver and white because I thought it would look quite stylish, I suppose. And this is how it folds flat, you see. You can completely fold it flat to go into an envelope, and that would fit in an 8x8 envelope. So it would be a little bit annoying to have all this extra space in an 8x8 envelope. But if you think about that beforehand and you have some other dies, you can make this scene be up to 8 inches tall, and you'll know that it will still fold flat and fit in an 8x8 envelope as well. So you can think about that when you're decorating it too. Or actually, hang on. Actually, a DL card is 8 inches tall as well, and if you've not gone above 10.5 centimetres, which I haven't here, this would fit in a DL envelope as well. So either an 8x8 envelope if you've built up this way, or a DL if you haven't gone above the width of a DL. That would fit really nicely in there, so that's good to know as well. But you can see how you've got the different levels of it. That's why it's called a staggered stage. You've got the different levels. You could have put this one right up here like I have with these ones, but I thought I wanted it to be right at the back of the steps, so I've actually got a bigger gap here. But as well as doing this kind of look, I think you could actually make this into a gift card holder as well. Maybe put a hidden pocket down there and have the gift card sticking up into the design. I think that would look really nice as well. Or even putting it on the back, having a pocket on the back and hiding the gift card behind everything would also look really nice. But this is just showing, you can see there the two little ice skaters with that tree design behind. You've got the little snowman, you've got the full scene here with the church and the lamppost and the 3 houses, and you can see how I've just used the lamppost and the 3 houses there, and I've actually tucked the church between these as well, and I've used a mixture of 3D foam and just like double-sided tape to stick them on, so you've got a bit of dimension between them as well. So that is how that one is supposed to look. Obviously you don't have to keep it in monochrome colours, you can actually colour everything if you wanted to, but this is how I used it as a Z-fold card. So you can see how you can just join the panels together and give a really cool design like this too. I was going to do this one as exactly this style, however I had the 3 panels laid out on my desk, and as I was placing all the bits and pieces on there, I wasn't thinking about the next layer covering it. So if you look on the final layer, I've put like Noel and a Christmas tree and stuff, and then when I put them together I was like, oh, this whole bit of the village is just covering all of that, so I decided to just go for a Z-fold card, and I think that it looks really lovely. I really like this one. I think it's my favourite out of the two. And you can see how easy it is just to colour in the little van as well, and then you can put the little presents in the back of it. These trees are perfect for filling in all the different spaces, and they're pretty strong as well, so it doesn't matter that they're hanging over the design, they're pretty sturdy. But with all of these ones, you've got that backing plate, so you can cut it out of white card and it makes it really sturdy, so nothing's going to bend and you know, get folded and stuff in the envelope. And also all of these little bunting pieces and the fairy lights or Christmas baubles are perfect for filling in the scene and bringing it all the way across the card as well. So I hope you enjoyed this up close video looking at some of these new Christmas die sets from Tonic. There's quite a few Christmassy things coming out. I really hope I have time to make more Christmas cards this year, because I tend to, well, I've been making Christmas cards since April, and by the time it gets to nearly Christmas time, we're already working on, you know, other stuff for the year ahead. So hopefully I will get a chance to do lots of Christmas videos for you as well. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye!